Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Cause to grow thin or weak. Run off as waste. The water wastes back into the ocean. Spend thoughtlessly. Throw away. He wasted his inheritance on his insincere friends. Become physically weaker. Get rid of someone who may be a threat by killing. Cause extensive destruction or ruin utterly. The enemy lay waste to the countryside after the invasion. Lose vigor, health, or flesh, as through grief. Located in a dismal or remote area, desolate. Waste places. An uninhabited wilderness that is worthless for cultivation. The trackless wastes of the desert. Useless or profitless activity. Using or expending or consuming thoughtlessly or carelessly. If the effort brings no compensating gain, it is a waste. Spend extravagantly. Waste not, want not. Law. Reduction in the value of an estate caused by act or neglect. The trait of wasting resources. A life characterized by thriftlessness and waste. Any materials unused and rejected as worthless or unwanted. They collect the waste once a week. Get rid of. We waste the dirty water by channeling it into the sewer. Use inefficiently or inappropriately. Waste heat. Cause to grow thin or weak. The treatment emaciated him. Grow weak and thin or waste away physically. She emaciated during the chemotherapy. Cause to grow thin or weak. Become soft or separate and disintegrate as a result of excessive soaking. The tissue macerated in the water. Separate into constituents by soaking. Soften, usually by steeping in liquid, and cause to disintegrate as a result. Macerate peaches. Reproduce by xerography. Run off as waste. Run away secretly with one's beloved. Run away usually includes taking something or somebody along. Leave suddenly and as if in a hurry. Forced to go away, used both with concrete and metaphoric meanings. Decide, a contest or competition, by a runoff. Make a mess of, destroy or ruin. Be in motion due to some air or water current. The leaves were blowing in the wind. An impact, as from a collision. A strong current of air. Spend thoughtlessly. Throw away. Provide sexual gratification through oral stimulation. An unfortunate happening that hinders or impedes, something that is thwarting or frustrating. Melt, break, or become otherwise unusable. An unpleasant or disappointing surprise. Show off. Leave. Informal or rude. Let's blow this place. Street names for cocaine. Be inadequate or objectionable. This blows. Forceful exhalation through the nose or mouth. He gave his nose a loud blow. Allow to regain its breath. Blow a horse. A powerful stroke with the fist or a weapon. A blow on the head. Be blowing or storming. Burst suddenly. Cause air to go in, on, or through. Cause to be revealed and jeopardized. The double agent was blown by the other side. Cause to move by means of an air current. Exhale hard. Blow on the soup to cool it down. Free of obstruction by blowing air through. Blow one's nose. Lay eggs. Certain insects are said to blow. Make a sound as if blown. Play or sound a wind instrument. Shape by blowing. Sound by having air expelled through a tube. Spend lavishly or wastefully on. Spout moist air from the blowhole. Spend thoughtlessly. Throw away. You squandered the opportunity to get an advanced degree. Spend extravagantly. Unacceptable behavior, especially ludicrously false statements. A state of decay usually accompanied by an offensive odor. Biology, the process of decay caused by bacterial or fungal action. Become physically weaker. Break down. Get rid of someone who may be a threat by killing. Get rid of someone who may be a threat by killing. Take by theft. Write quickly. Cut the price of. Stop pursuing or acting. Eliminate by paying off debts. Get rid of someone who may be a threat by killing. The mafia liquidated the informer. Convert into cash. I had to liquidate my holdings to pay off my ex-husband. Settle the affairs of by determining the debts and applying the assets to pay them off. Liquidate a company. Make chemically neutral. Make incapable of military action. Get rid of someone who may be a threat by killing. Make ineffective by counterbalancing the effect of. Make chemically neutral. She neutralized the solution. Make incapable of military action. Get rid of someone who may be a threat by killing. The double agent was neutralized. Oppose and mitigate the effects of by contrary actions. Make ineffective by counterbalancing the effect of. Her optimism neutralizes his gloom. Make politically neutral and thus inoffensive. The treaty neutralized the small republic. Reduce in population. Providing no shelter or sustenance. The desolate surface of the moon. Leave someone who needs or counts on you. Leave in the lurch. Cause extensive destruction or ruin utterly. Crushed by grief. Depressed and desolate of soul. Cause extensive destruction or ruin utterly. Overwhelm or overpower. He was devastated by his grief when his son died. Cause extensive destruction or ruin utterly. The enemy lay waste to the countryside after the invasion. Make a pillaging or destructive raid on a place, as in war times. Cause extensive destruction or ruin utterly. Usually plural, a destructive action. The ravages of time. A person who inspires fear or dread. Whip. A whip used to inflict punishment, often used for pedantic humor. Cause extensive destruction or ruin utterly. Something causing misery or death. Punish severely. Excoriate. Have a desire for something or someone who is not present. Lose vigor, health, or flesh, as through grief. Become feeble. The prisoner has been languishing for years in the dungeon. Lose vigor, health, or flesh, as through grief. Located in a dismal or remote area, desolate. A godforsaken wilderness crossroads. In an uncontrolled and rampant manner. Without civilizing influences. Wild tribes. A wild primitive state untouched by civilization. He lived in the wild. Without a basis in reason or fact. In a natural state, not tamed or domesticated or cultivated. Wild geese. Fanciful and unrealistic, foolish. A wild and uninhabited area left in its natural condition. It was a wilderness preserved for the hawks and mountaineers. Talking or behaving irrationally. Involving risk or danger. A wild financial scheme. Located in a dismal or remote area, desolate. A godforsaken wilderness crossroads. Of the elements, as if showing violent anger. Intensely enthusiastic about or preoccupied with. Of colors or sounds, intensely vivid or loud. Wild colors. Deviating widely from an intended course. A wild bullet. In a state of extreme emotion. Wild with anger. Marked by extreme lack of restraint or control. Wild talk. In a wild or undomesticated manner. Growing wild. Providing no shelter or sustenance. Barren lands. Completely wanting or lacking. Riding barren of insight. An uninhabited wilderness that is worthless for cultivation. The barrens of Central Africa. Not bearing offspring. A barren woman. An uninhabited wilderness that is worthless for cultivation. Dissolute indulgence in sensual pleasure. Useless or profitless activity. Using or expending or consuming thoughtlessly or carelessly. Mindless dissipation of natural resources. Breaking up and scattering by dispersion. The dissipation of the mist. Useless or profitless activity. Using or expending or consuming thoughtlessly or carelessly. The trait of wasting resources. The wastefulness of missed opportunities. Serve oneself to, or consume regularly. Use up, resources or materials. This car consumes a lot of gas. Spend extravagantly. Eat up completely, as with great appetite. Destroy completely. The fire consumed the building. Engage fully. The effort to pass the exam consumed all his energy. Spend extravagantly. Commodities offered for sale. Articles of the same kind or material, usually used in combination, silverware, software. Law. Reduction in the value of an estate caused by act or neglect. The trait of wasting resources. A life characterized by thriftlessness and waste. Any materials unused and rejected as worthless or unwanted. Much of the waste material is carried off in the sewers. Any materials unused and rejected as worthless or unwanted.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.